Trek Geeks Podcast Network is proud to have Fansets as its presenting sponsor. Fansets is the place for amazing pin collectibles with over 300 officially licensed Star Trek pins and new releases every month. Stay tuned for a special discount code good on your next order at fansets.com just for Discovering Trek listeners. Fansets. Our pins have character.
Sara here. Oh, and Kasey. And this is Discovering Trek Enterprise. Welcome to the first frontier. The two of us vacationers are taking another episode of Enterprise and talking about it. This is the first full series watch through for me, and it's a rewatch for Kasey, in case you didn't know that. Today, we're contemplating on the episode 2 days and 2 nights.
Nice.
This episode traveled over the airwaves into your TV unit about 20 years ago on May 15th, 2002. If you haven't watched this episode yet, just get out of here. Go watch it. I'm sure you find it somewhere to watch it. You probably have the Blu-ray. Figure it out, watch it, then come back, because then you'll really enjoy us talking smack about 2 days and 2 nights. Logic dictates that as of now, our non-warning spoiler warning has concluded.
Concluded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what, Sarah?
Yeah.
And I know you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, kind of, but I know you're here. Before we get into 2 days and 2 nights, we want to remind all you listening that we want to hear from you about everything Enterprise. So I'm sure you're asking yourself this question: how can all of you get in touch with us with your thoughts on the first season of Star Trek Enterprise?
I don't think they're asking that because they listen to us religiously. They know all this, but I think there still are a bunch of ways that we can tell them anyways. So listen
Cool.
up. You can go to trekgeeks.com/contact and leave an email to get us your thoughts, or Twitter or Facebook. Just search for Discovering Trek, and you can leave us a message there too. Or you can leave us a voicemail by visiting our website at trekgeeks.com and clicking on that big blue button. Remember, though, any comments you leave us may be used in a future episode of Discovering Trek. Now, pie me. Pie to the face. How many slices are you having?
I think a pie to the face would be more enjoyable than this episode. So it's 2 slices, and this is like, I don't want to say the brand name, but you know the little pocket pies that you can get, the pre-made ones. It's way too much goopy filling, and the flavor doesn't matter because it's all a gelatinous mess.
Okay. I'm giving this 2 slices of a key lime pie that was made with the wrong kind of limes.
Oh, and so non-key.
Yeah, it's just bleh. Gives you the sour face. But you push through nonetheless, and you kind of enjoy it.
So basically, you're at somebody's house and you're a guest and you're being a good guest, and they bring out this nasty ass pie, and it's where like you take a bite and then you drink something of whatever you're drinking. Hopefully that it's a flavored beverage, and then you take another bite, but you don't eat the whole slice.
No, because
if you do, they think they'll think you liked it and offer you more.
This is so good. I'm going to go eat it outside on the patio.
Don't look in your potted plants after we leave, please.
Exactly. Oh, and because I refused to rewatch this episode, my rhyming recap is very small. It was put together in 5 minutes. So no big words, no detail. And I hope you enjoy it. So here's my best effort on my very last rhyme ever to be done ever.
This is it for you.
This is the Pulitzer Prize winning
single tear down my cheek.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Do you want a drum roll, or do you just want to barrel through?
That makes me think of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. They can't even do it.
Russ, what happened? Sorry.
Classic. Okay, here we go. The crew has finally made it. To Risa they go, ready to relax, to rest, and just from head to toe. T'Pol stays on board. She's not into fun. The rest all dress up for some time in the sun. Archer doesn't waste time. A woman puts him in a fog. It seems there's a connection, at least with the dog. No comment on Trip and Reed in this rhyme. They're off doing stuff and having a time. That means I'm trying to be fair, when for the plot I don't care. Hoshi's eager to talk and Ryzen like a nerd, and a mystery handsome alien has overheard. Back on the ship, Phlox is ready for bed, but Mayweather's injured, but no bump to his head. Archer flirts with the woman, and dinner they had, but turns out she's Tandaran, and that's just plain bad. She knocks him unconscious, and he finds her long gone. Hawoshi awakes in an embrace come gentle dawn. They rendezvous next morning, the shuttle pod they board, not sure how to share, not saying a word.
I like it. I
had to find a way to rhyme board and bird. Ward.
I like Hawoshi.
Yeah.
Hoshi.
Hoshi. Oh,
well, hey, congratulations on your rhyming duties being completed.
Yeah.
Well
I
done.
phoned it in on the last one, guys. My apologies. But did this episode really warrant a worthy 2-hour lyrical masterpiece? I think we're going to have enough lyrical masterpieces in our conversation that's taking forth now.
Oh, good. No pressure at all. Well, since you brought it up, all right. I'll be the bearer of not bad news, but just flat out real news. Boy, what a stinker. What a stinker of an episode.
If it had potential. Potentially. Archer's plot wasn't the worst.
Right.
Hoshi's was fine. Thanks to the lack of Hoshi throughout the series of season 1, I don't care that much about what happens to her because I barely know her because she's still new to me. So, but I liked her little storyline. It was fine. Girls having a good time on a trip. Single girl on a big planet. Anything can happen. The two gentlemen, no comment, no concerns, comments. So I don't know what to do. I don't know. What do we do? What do we say? Should we start with this? Get it out of the way?
It is another painfully stupid, sophomoric crap plotline. And just...
gross.
It's like some 14-year-old wrote that. It's like the writers went to their 14-year-old sons or nephews or whatever and said, hey, what would you want to see? And they go, oh, it'd be really funny. This would be funny if this happened. And then this happened. And then they have to leave in their underwear. And they...
Beavis and Butthead, right? Like
all of it is so painful. I mean, the two characters act like jackasses pointing at people.
Yeah.
Not anything subtle or whatever. And it's just like, you two...
so gross.
Dip dingles. Just...
Dip dingles.
Right?
It's so funny because it makes me think of driving back from Up Island today. We were listening to the Oldies Soul Station and that song, and I know you know this song, and I can't sing it, but it's that I'm a Girl Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't sing that anymore.
Nope.
Here comes one now. It's like, oh man, that is this episode in a song. Like,
right? It's all
that or Beck's Creep.
Yeah, it's just all stalkery.
It's so just
and they're
I need a shower. Yeah,
they're just gross. They're awful leisure suit retreads from the 1970s, and it was just, like,
yeah,
whatever. It's like the two characters deserve better. The audience sure as hell deserve a lot better than that.
I know.
They're just dumb. They're dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, going to your thinking here, we'll kind of go in order with Archer. Okay. Yeah. In the episode Desert Crossing, at the beginning of that one, he's looking forward to the leave. And on this one, he isn't. Do you think he feels guilty for the crap he put Trip through. And boy, this is the thing I don't like about episodic TV is like Trip is now, everything's fine. It's no worries. We don't know exactly how long it's been since they've been, nearly dead in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was Trip and like the captain's asking me, hey, what are you going to do down there? I go, nothing with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Archer's flippy floppy.
His thing, it's like, okay, it shows how easily manipulated he is because the tenders, they knew where Enterprise was going. They obviously paid the concierge whatever to either have Archer close to the, I don't know if you want to call her a spy or whatever, but that, she was there beforehand, okay, knows the stuff that he has a dog, so okay, let's have her have a dog. All of that.
Yeah.
And he gets played. It's like
it happens.
Okay, he gets played to his ego, and I was like, well, all right. And this is part of why, if you all were listening to our previous episode, I thought this entire episode could have been a knot. I think you could have ramped up things into the finale where in the finale, everybody's exhausted because they haven't gotten that break yet. They weren't able to do it, and people were looking forward to having time off. Hoshi, this Hoshi's storyline for me was kind of the saving grace on this, in that she's looking to just better herself. Going, you know what? I'm relying too much on the technical stuff here.
Yep.
This is supposed to be my skills. It's my gig. I'm the one. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put myself out there and force myself to speak the language and meet new people. And she's like the shining star of, not the ugly Enterprise crew member, but the one where people go, oh, we ran into this young lady. She was wonderful. She was trying to learn our language. We had conversations. She was very inquisitive. And it's like, hey, if you meet somebody on your vacation, they're fine. But it wasn't like she's the horn dog of the two boys that were just more just awful comedy. That's not comedy.
No, it's not.
Right?
It's tacky.
It's cringy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh boy, if I had sons that were talking that way, I'd be having a little side discussion with them of like, boys, nah, this is not how it's going to be.
Yeah. Stop everything you're doing.
Full on. But I guess they were going for a different kind of mood before the finale.
Funny.
Wow.
It was supposed to be funny. That was the comedy attempt of the time. Your early 2000s are showing. And
it looks like crud.
Yeah.
But you know what saves the day? Doesn't look like crud. It always looks like $1 million, and it's probably taken $1 million out of my pocket because I love them so much.
Oh, you've got to be talking about fan sets.
It's either fan sets or Abba Zaba bars, but you're right. It's fan sets, my friends.
Sweet. Tell me about it.
Oh, I will. You, Sarah, and Discovering Trek listeners, we want to thank our friends over at Fansets, and yes, I even consider Joe a friend, for being the exclusive sponsor on Discovering Trek. The Fansets crew are constantly working to put out the best product available and to come up with new designs and product releases. There are more wonderful new products out right this very moment. I mean it, really, go look. There's some awesome stuff that just came out in the last couple days. If you're working to be a completist like me, there's all the character pins to collect, the Trek emoji pins, pins from all Trek series, Delta pins and full-size minis and magnets, and of course, some amazing non-Trek items like Scooby-Doo, Xenoscope, Harry Potter, and The Big Bang Theory. There are hundreds of pins and accessories for you at fansets.com. Get the Pin Folio Fansets pin case. Really, you can fit a ton in there. I love it. So right after you listen to us, go to fansets.com, scroll along, all the pins offered, load up your cart, and at checkout, enter the special code word Discovering Trek. Remember, that's all caps, no spaces, and you'll get an amazing 10% off your entire order. And Don't forget, if you are in the US and you spend more than $30, you also get free shipping.
There you go. Fansets. Our pins have character. And we thank our friends at Fansets for being the presenting sponsor of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network. Well,
I would say, hey, there's something for Chef's special of the day. This
Chef
day
took
was
a night
not.
off.
This day was not special. This was.
Chef went on vacation to Risa and is having a great normal person
right,
time and not being creepy.
Probably, yeah, enjoying a bunch of different foods.
Trying the local Risa cuisine.
Not getting caught in some basement with Beavis and Butthead. And yeah, I see. This is what I was wondering. Okay, they do the whole thing that everybody drew lots. Yeah. Okay, so 50% of the people could go. Why wouldn't they just stay on Risa for 4 days and just assign everybody an A or a B and go the first 2 days and 2 nights, all the A's go. And you come back, and the second 2 days and 2 nights, all the B's go.
Yeah.
So everybody gets some rest. There's none of this lottery BS that has to go on. And it's like, hey, great, you're there. I don't know. I don't know why that wasn't written in, but for some reason.
Yeah. The only thing that we can comment on this that are of positive is we get to see one last time Elizabeth Cutler, because sadly we lost the actress Kelly Waymeyer in 2003. So we got her one last time, and she was a treat and a delight on the series. And it was directed by Michael Dorn. And even though it's not the best episode and he can't control what he's given, it's still just nice to think that he was behind the lens doing his best.
Right. Exactly. And I gotta say the Cutler and Phlox scenes, there is a genuine sweetness that I feel between those actors.
Yeah.
And it's like, that could have been a very nice, mature relationship, no matter how it went. And yeah, to not be able to experience that anymore, it's kind of sad. But Chef was hanging out, so I hope everybody had rations.
Yeah. Can you believe that we're almost done season 1 of Enterprise?
Yes, thank goodness, and no, because it's felt like a decade.
It's been a long time getting from there to here.
Don't. Oh, you rascal.
What?
You.
What? I'm confused.
I will bring this up in here in Chef Special of the Day, because I haven't brought it up. I was thinking about doing it in the finale, but like, if you listen or if you read the words, all the lyrics for the opening theme, they're very powerful.
Oh, yeah.
They're very powerful. But boy, does it get lost. Because I whenever I watch this, I skip the intro. I don't care. But one time I said, okay, you know what? I have got the closed captions on. I'm just going to mute it here and reintroduce myself to the lyrics. And the lyrics are really strong. And it's like, boy, if I don't know how, or if you could have done something where, you don't rip off the song, but you get inspired by it, or do a homage, something that was more orchestral than, easy listening on station ZZZZZ.
Dental office music.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I know.
So, yeah.
All right.
One more episode after this, my friend.
You know it. Oh boy, that concludes it. That's our coverage on this episode, 2 Days and 2 Nights. We will be back next time to discuss Shockwave Part 1 as we continue to celebrate the 20th anniversary year of Enterprise. Until then, remember, you can subscribe to Discovering Trek by searching for us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or by heading to discoveringtrek.com. Also, you can find us on Twitter at Discovering Trek.
If you're enjoying what we're doing here on Discovering Trek and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As a subscriber, you can get access to the unedited recordings of episodes, as well as exclusive content and great subscriber rewards like our annual supporters pin from Fansets and our exclusive Trek Geeks Podcast Network t-shirt. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the amazing following producers of Discovering Trek. Thank you, producers, for your support. And you are Mike Bovia, Chaz Bradshaw, Kyle Castillo, Peter Craig, Craig Ewing, Jackie and Chris Hackney, Kimberly Hartman, David Hood, Lionel Marchand, Matt McGonigal, Jim McMahon, Darren Metcalf, Charlie Mulvey, Sean O'Halloran, Jamie Rogers, Chris Trebuzio, Ken Tripp, Christina Werther, Jess Vashon, and, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the senior producer of Discovering Trek is Jude Tatman.
Oh boy. How do you follow that? If you would like to become a producer of Discovering Trek or get access to the raw audio for Discovering Trek episodes, head on over to patreon.com/trekgeeks for all the details. Until next time, for our season 1 finale, to be known.
That's my theming sound.
Great.
Music for Discovering Trek is provided by 5 Year Mission. They're writing an original song for each episode of Star Trek. Hear more of their music at 5yearmission.net. Discovering Trek is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
Coconut.